And time for a Talk and Challenge today here on AM 1390 KRFO. And Ann Peterson joins us today as we're going to be talking about the online auction that's currently online where you can make bids right now to help out the Orphanage Museum. And I guess maybe we'll get to the important part first, Ann. Where do we go on the website to find these items?
Okay, well, the auction itself is on a site called Auction City Online, one word. There is a link to it from our homepage and our Facebook page, but just go to Auction City Online and you'll open up to the Orphanage Museum auction.
And all these items that are up there, every penny that you raise goes right just to the day-to-day operations.
Correct. We are very fortunate that the people that run Auction City Online are not taking any seller's fees off of this, so it's all 100% profit. We are very fortunate that a lot of, for the donations that we've received and the warehouse space that we've received for free. So it's all profit, and we're very fortunate that way.
And before we get to the items, I guess auctions vary. I know, like eBay, I think you have to have something called PayPal, and I won't even go into it. But how do we make bids? Just the average Minnesotan Owatonna to help you.
Okay, let's say you go to the site and you see something that you like, and you've not bid on us before. There's just a little button you push to register, and you need an email, and you'll get a response back with your number from Auction City Online in your email. So you'll have your bidder number just like you do at a regular auction. So you go online and there's a place to enter the amount that you want to bid. I want to say all our items are starting at $2. So we have some that are worth a whole lot more than that, but we're starting all at $2. And you enter the amount and you enter your bidder number and hit submit, and that's it. Now, if somebody comes along and outbids you, you'll get an email saying that you've been outbid, and then you can go back in and hire the amount that you want.
So the only personal information really is just an email,
Correct.
And I suppose a name and a contact number, I suppose. Or
yes, a little bit of that to fill in. But I know we have some people that don't have internet, so I know one lady is using her niece to keep track of some items that she wants to purchase, and I think someone else has their daughter doing it. So there are ways to get around it if you're at least go to the site and see what's there, see if there's anything that you're interested in.
Okay, I'll get a notification saying, okay, I'm the high bidder. I get this toy truck. What do I do now?
Okay, well, we're going to have some pickup days in June that you can go to Advanced Coil Technology. We've got a map to show. It's just out in the industrial park, and we'll be there to give you your item and take your payment. We'll take cash, we take checks, personal checks, and we can do debit cards and credit cards. So any way you want to give us money, we'll be able to take it.
Okay. And I suppose perchance someone will say, well, those 3 dates don't really work for me. I'm going to be out of town. Can you work out arrangements?
Yes, we've got the contact information there, so we can keep it at the warehouse and arrange a time for them to pick it up.
Okay, and let's go take a look at some of the items that we have that are up for bids. You got some nice big ones, some new ones, some old ones. Just go ahead and rattle them off.
Yeah, we started the auction on the 1st of May with about 180 items, and now we're to 251. So we added last night. Now, the one of the ones that we added last night, I think it's sort of priceless. Harvey Rongelin has agreed to do a tour for up to 12 people of the museum, Cottage 11, and the grounds. Harvey is not giving his group tour presentation anymore, but there are a lot of people that probably wish that they had done it, so this would be an opportunity to sign up and get a personal tour by Harvey. The museum board will be providing refreshments for the group. We can arrange the time and the place, but that's kind of a unique opportunity to, to take advantage of for Harvey. He's the one who's lived the story. Yeah. Exactly. And a lot of people have heard his talk, but there's still a chance that you can catch it now if you want to bid on it.
Okay.
We have had some very nice donations from the Owatonna tourism community, whether it was the History Center. The Holiday Inn has given a 2-night stay and water park passes and a $50 voucher to the restaurant, 43rd Street Grill. So that's like a $600 value that they have donated, and we've gotten some nice items from Cabela's, which is great. So if you're like camping, there's some items out there that you should take a look at. We have some vintage items, and probably the most unique item that we have is we have an old jukebox. And we did have it running for a minute, and now we can't. So we know it's probably, just needs a little TLC to get it going. But it comes with about 45 records inside of it. And so I don't know, maybe some of those old records are really valuable as well. It's a Rockola brand jukebox, if that means anything to people that are interested in that. We're also giving some museum book package. There are a lot of authors out there, so if you're interested in the stories and always wish that you could read more about it, we've got those on there. Like I said, they're all starting at $2. We've got some Coca-Cola vintage thermometers and other products like that. We've got some office items, some desks. We've got a drafting table. We've got a large glass display cabinet. So it's a real mixed bag. We've got some precious moments things. I'm trying, it's kind of going through my head to remember 250. All right, well. But I think, I think if you go out there, even if it's just a small item, and if you only, want to make a small bid, we would appreciate it, because all the small dollars add up.
Mm-hmm. And you can just look online. You can't go out and look at the stuff in person now. You can't?
If someone would be interested in checking out an item before they make their bid, there's a phone number you can call to arrange to look at it in person out at Advanced Coil.
So like a bigger item, like maybe the jukebox, just
right.
To find
if there's
out.
Somebody interested in there, that's something that they can do. They're all at the same warehouse, all numbered and waiting to get bid on and picked up.
Okay. And you're still taking items for the auction. Folks who like to donate. What are the things you're looking for? Or maybe we should say things you'd rather steer clear of?
Yeah, we have to steer clear of probably old televisions, computers, clothing, stuffed animals. Those sorts of things really don't sell, or it's not what we want to promote. But if you've got an item that you're not going to use anymore, if you'd like to get a tax credit, we will give you a receipt for the value that you say the item is. So that would be to your advantage as well. We would pick it up and put it on the auction. It's, something that's in good shape, but it's not worth throwing away, but it's kind of in your way and you don't know what to do with it. You could give us a call at 774-7369. Leave a message if I'm not there, and we'll arrange for a pickup time. I know we've had a couple people do that already. So, we'll take anything that within reason.
This is the second one. First auction do pretty well, or everything sell?
Because it was sort of a last minute idea at the end of the year to bring in some additional revenue. We raised more than $3,000, which at that time of the year and holidays, I think we were really pleased to get that money in there. We have another fundraising event in the fall, but that's for our trust account. That's for our legacy fund. This is for our day-to-day operations. And I would like to have people realize that we are a nonprofit organization. We are run by donations. I think maybe sometimes people think because we're up on West Hills that it is a city-funded organization, but it's not. They are very gracious hosts for the museum area, but we are a separate nonprofit entity. So there, we have a newsletter that we publish. We have staffing that we need to pay for, and just upkeep and other things that go on with a small business like ours. And a lot of it too is we need to advertise that we are here and available to bring the tourists in, the visitors in, to make the donations. So advertising is not inexpensive, and we want to do a good job to bring awareness about this unique piece of Minnesota history that is in Owatonna.
Hmm. Well, let's advertise right now because
Yes.
Saturday it's Be a Tourist in Owatonna Day, and you're included in the museum with some special tours. Talk about
Yeah,
that.
we're what we're doing is having the root cellar open for people to peek in. I know we always get questions when we walk by it if there's a group that's going down towards the cemetery. What does it look like in there? Well, it's been refurbished and we've got some graphics. It makes it look like there were potatoes, onions, carrots in there. And if people stop by, I'll be there to give a little explanation of how the root cellar operated and what a big part of it was to keep the children fed over the winter months. So you can actually walk in and get a first-hand view on that Saturday. The root cellar will be open from 1 until 4, and Cottage 11 will be open from 1 until 4. And we've talked Harvey Ronglin into being there, so you could, he grew up in that cottage, so he would be able to answer any questions you have. And then the main museum will be open from 1 until 5. So as far as the passport program that is going on through the Chamber and Tourism, you could stop up at West Hills and get 3 stamps that day because you can get one in Cottage 11, one at the Art Center, and one in the main museum. So
You need just 2 more for a chance to win some
yes,
bucks.
win some chamber dollars.
So I can
Correct.
you can just swing by any time. There's not going to be a set tour time. Just wander in whenever you feel like.
Correct. Yeah,
Okay.
that afternoon, and hopefully the weather is nice. I know for the ball game and everything else that's going on, we want nice weather on Saturday, and the movie in the park and all, or the movie at the State Theater lot. So.
Okay. We're talking to Ann Peterson from the Orphanage Museum. Let's, as we kind of wind the last few minutes, let's just recap and review again. How can we help out? Talk about where we can go to the auction and how we can bid, and give us a little recap.
Okay, if anyone is interested in helping out the Orphanage Museum and maybe getting some really cool item yourself, you can go to Auction City online. And when you click there, you will see that the Orphanage Museum Charity Auction is the first item that pops up.
There you go.
Pops up, and then there's a place that says View Items, and there you go from page to page to see all the different items that are available for bidding. And if you're not registered, there's a place to do that too. Just an email and contact information and
Phone number too if you have questions.
correct, absolutely. So
Okay.
it's like eBay. It's sort of like a regular auction with your number, and we really appreciate all the the response that we've gotten from the community so far. And if there's anybody else that wants to donate an item, we would gladly get it.
Could you just drop it off at the museum? You'd rather have us call them.
You could.
Okay, all right. I didn't know. Okay.
Well, just the Park and Rec girls are always there, so they can set it aside for me. But if they wanted to call 774-7369 to meet me up there, we can work something out.
Okay. And again, that website is auctioncityonline.com, and it goes to 7 o'clock the 31st. That's our talk of the town for today here on AM 1390 KRFO.